Hello everyone, I am an American political scientist, Ted Galen, Carpenter. In my article for 1945, I stated that the United States has chosen a strategy against Russia that leads to a bloody long-term conflict. Despite the sad results of other crises involving the United States, Washington has not learned that it is sometimes wise to accept an unpleasant situation in order to avoid a catastrophe. In my opinion, a good first step would be to recognize that Washington's arrogant insistence on expanding NATO to Russia's borders trampled on Moscow's basic security interests and contributed to the unleashing of the Ukrainian crisis. A logical continuation of the recognition of mistakes would be the U.S. assistance to peace negotiations, which would guarantee the strict neutrality of Ukraine. The United States had to accept that both Crimea and Donbas would be under Russian control and Ukraine would remain in Moscow's sphere of influence. Instead of coming to terms with an unpleasant but still tolerable outcome, the United States decided to use Ukraine as a pawn in NATO's indirect struggle with Russia. This is a strategy that creates a nightmarish prospect of a bloody multi-year conflict. Worse, it could escalate into a direct war between NATO and Russia, with possible nuclear consequences. NATO's Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg said earlier that normalization of relations with Russia will be impossible, even after the end of the Ukrainian crisis. He stressed that it will not be the same as before. In his opinion, the Ukrainian crisis has entered a critical phase, so NATO countries should provide Kiev with all the necessary weapons. At the same time, Stoltenberg said that the risk of using nuclear weapons is low. Friends, the channel needs your attention. Financial support will help us out a lot. Details in the description. Put likes and subscribe to the channel. All bye.